Hello, my dear friend. Welcome to our podcast, VUS Learning English. My name is Anna, and I am so happy you are here with me today. Today, we are going to talk about something very special. It is a simple question, but it is a very important question. The question is, what do you do in your free time? This is a question you hear in daily life. And it is a question you might hear in an English test, like the IELTS test. Sometimes a simple question can feel difficult. You might not know what to say, or you might give a very short answer, and that is okay. But today we are going to change that together, step by step. This episode is your friendly guide. We will learn how to answer this question with confidence. We will learn how to show your English skills. Even if you are just beginning to learn, we will make your answer shine. We will turn a simple answer into a great answer. An answer that feels good to say. An answer that makes you feel proud. Thank you so much for joining me. Your time is a gift, and I am grateful you are spending it here. If you enjoy our time together, please think about following our podcast. Or you can give it a like. It is a small click for you, but it helps our podcast grow. It helps us reach more English learners around the world, just like you. And I love to know where you are. Where are you listening from today? Are you in United States? Or maybe India, or South Korea, or Ethiopia? Tell me in the comments. I love seeing our global family grow. Okay, are you ready? Let's begin. Section 1. The simple question and the simple answer. Imagine this. Someone asks you, what do you do in your free time? Your free time is the time when you are not working or not studying. It is your time. Time for you. So they ask the question, and you think for a moment, and you say, I like to watch movies and hang out with friends. This is a good answer. It is honest. It is clear. There is nothing wrong with it. But can we make it better? Yes, we can. Can we make it more interesting? Yes, we can. Can we use it to show more of your English? Yes, we absolutely can. Think of it like this. Imagine you are painting a picture. Your first answer, I like to watch movies, is like one color on the paper. Maybe it is the color blue. Blue is a beautiful color. But what if we add more colors? What if we add yellow and red and green? The picture becomes more beautiful. It becomes more interesting. It tells more of a story. Your answer is your picture. We want to add more colors, more details, more feelings. When you are in an English speaking test, the examiner is your friend. They want to hear you speak. They want to know what you can do with English. A short answer like, I like movies, is like showing them only one color. It does not give them a lot of information. They don't know if you can use other words. They don't know if you can make longer sentences. So they have to ask you more questions. They might ask, what kind of movies do you like? Or who do you watch with? This is okay. But what if you could give them that information from the start? What if you could lead the conversation? That shows confidence, that shows skill. Many students think the hobbies topic is easy. A hobby is something you do for fun in your free time. Because it feels easy, many people do not prepare for it. They do not practice talking about their hobbies. But this is a small mistake, and we are going to fix it today, together. The secret is this. The question is not just about your hobbies. It is a chance. It is an opportunity for you to shine. It is a chance to show the examiner your English. Can you use interesting words? Can you talk about why you like something? Can you talk about how often you do it? A very simple answer gives no evidence of this. And no evidence means it is hard to get a high score. But don't worry. We are going to build the evidence. We are going to build your perfect answer. Let's look at another common answer. The examiner asks, "What do you do in your free time?" The person answers, "I like reading, watching TV, playing football, and listening to music." This is a list. It is like a shopping list. Milk, bread, eggs, and cheese. A list is better than one thing. It shows more activities. But it still does not have color. It does not have detail. It does not have feeling. The examiner hears a list and they think, okay, which one should I ask about? They might say, okay, let's talk about reading. What do you read? Again, you are not leading the conversation. You are waiting for the next question. The problem with both answers is that they are passive. They do not actively show your English skills. To get a good score, you need to be active. You need to give the examiner the beautiful English that you know. So let's start building your toolkit. A toolkit is a box of tools. We are going to fill your box with wonderful words and ideas so you can build a beautiful answer, an answer that feels like you. Section 2, Finding Your Hobbies, the What Toolkit. Before we build a sentence, we need the building blocks. The blocks are our words and ideas. First, let's think about hobbies. What kind of hobbies are there? Thinking about categories can help you remember what you do. It can help you find things in your life to talk about. Let's explore some categories together. First, there are indoor activities. Indoor means inside. Inside your house or inside a building. What are some indoor activities? Maybe you like reading books. Or maybe you enjoy cooking a delicious meal for your family. Perhaps you like to binge watch a series on TV. Binge watch means you watch many episodes, one after another. You might like playing board games with friends, like chess or Monopoly. Or maybe you just like to chill out. To chill out means to relax completely, just resting. These are all wonderful indoor activities. Do you do any of these? Think about it for a moment. Next, let's think about outdoor activities. Outdoor means outside, not in your house. These activities get you out into the fresh air, like playing sports. Maybe you play football or basketball or badminton. Maybe you enjoy hiking. Hiking is walking in nature, in the mountains or in a forest. Or what about gardening? Taking care of plants and flowers in your garden. That is a beautiful hobby. Even just going for a walk in the park is a great outdoor activity. Do you enjoy being outside? What do you like to do there? Now let's talk about creative activities. Creative means you make something new. You use your imagination. For example, playing a musical instrument, like the guitar or the piano or the violin. You are making music. That is so creative. Or maybe you like painting or drawing. You create pictures with colors and lines. Photography is another creative hobby. You capture moments with a camera. You make beautiful photos. Writing is also a creative activity. You can write stories, poems, or maybe a diary. Do you have a creative hobby? Something that lets you express yourself? Another category is collecting activities. Some people love to collect things. To collect means to find and keep a set of things. The traditional example is collecting stamps or coins. But today, people collect many different things. Maybe you collect sneakers, or beautiful vinyl records for music, or maybe you collect postcards from different cities. Collecting can be a very fun and interesting hobby. And finally, we have social activities. Social means you do them with other people. For example, meeting up with friends for coffee. You sit, you talk, you enjoy time together. Or maybe you join a club, a book club, a sports club, or a dance club. You meet people who like the same things you do. Volunteering is also a social activity. Volunteering is when you give your time to help others for free. It is a wonderful way to connect with your community. So we have indoor, outdoor, creative, collecting, and social activities. I hope these ideas help you think about your own life, your own hobbies. What do you really do in your free time? Now that we have some ideas, let's upgrade our language. Let's find new ways to talk about these hobbies. This is your what toolkit. The words you use to say what you do. The simple sentences, in my free time, I like. This is a good start. But let's add some more natural phrases. Phrases that native speakers often use. Instead of starting with, in my free time, you can try this. When I have some free time, I. Or for a very natural conversational opening, you can say, well, I get up to a lot of things in my free time. Get up to is a friendly phrase that means do. It sounds very natural. It means you do many different things. Or maybe your life is busy. Maybe you don't have much free time. You can say this. To be honest, I don't get up to much during the week, but at the weekend This sounds very honest and real. To be honest is a great phrase that means I will tell you the truth. Now, let's find better words for I like. Like is a great word, but we can be more specific. How much do you like it? If you have a strong interest, you can say, I'm really into, for example, I'm really into hiking. This means you like it a lot. It is a big interest for you. It is very common and natural. Let's practice. I'm really into cooking. I'm really into playing video games. Another nice phrase is, I'm fond of. This is a little more formal, a little more polite. It's a beautiful phrase. I'm quite fond of playing the piano. I'm fond of reading history books. And for something you truly deeply love, you can use the word passionate. I'm passionate about. This is a very strong word. Save it for your biggest love. I'm passionate about landscape photography. I'm passionate about protecting the environment. But what if it's just a small hobby? Something you do sometimes, but you are not an expert. Here is a perfect phrase. I like to dabble in. To dabble means you try something a little bit. You are not serious. You are just having fun. I'm not a great artist, but I like to dabble in painting from time to time. Isn't that a wonderful phrase? I like to dabble in cooking new recipes. You can also add more detail by talking about your level. Are you a professional or just playing for fun? You can say, I'm just an amateur. An amateur is the opposite of a professional. You do it for love, not for money. I play guitar, but I'm just an amateur. Or you can say, I only play for fun. This shows you are relaxed about it. I play tennis with my sister, but we only play for fun. And here is a very sophisticated, beautiful word. If you are a true fan of something, you can say, I'm an aficionado of. An aficionado is a person who knows a lot about something and loves it. I'm a real aficionado of classic films. This means you love old movies and know a lot about them. It is an advanced word, but a lovely one to learn. And remember, you can also talk about things you don't like. This also shows your English range. You can say, "To be honest, playing video games is not really my kind of thing." This is a very polite and gentle way to say you don't like it. Not my kind of thing. For a stronger feeling, you can say, "I can't stand." This means you really, really dislike something. I can't stand crowded shopping malls, so I avoid them in my free time. Look at all these new tools you have. Just by changing "I like" to one of these new phrases, your answer is already better. It has more color. It has more personality. It is more you. Section 3. Adding more detail. The how toolkit. Okay, you have the what. You can now say what you do in your free time using beautiful phrases. Now let's add another layer. Let's add more detail. Let's talk about how often you do your hobby or how long you have been doing it. This adds color and life to your story. It also lets you use different words and grammar. This is your how toolkit. Let's start with how often. This is about frequency. We all know the words always, often, sometimes, and never. These are good words, but we can make them sound more natural, more fluent. Instead of "I often do it," you can try these phrases. I do it as often as I can. This means you are busy, but you try to make time for your hobby. It sounds very positive. I love gardening, so I do it as often as I can. Another great one is, whenever I get a chance. This has the same meaning. When I have an opportunity, I do it. I love hiking, so I try to get out into the mountains whenever I get a chance. It flows so nicely. You can also use words like regularly or frequently. These are a little more formal than often. I go to a yoga class regularly. This means you go every week or on a fixed schedule. I frequently visit the local library. Now, what about things you don't do very often? Maybe you are too busy. Here's a fantastic high-level phrase. It's so useful. I don't get round to it as much as I'd like. Let's break that down. I don't get round to it. This means I can't find the time to do it. As much as I'd like, this means I wish I could do it more. So altogether, I don't get round to it as much as I'd like. It's a beautiful advanced phrase, but the meaning is simple. I love reading novels, but with my current work, I don't get round to it as much as I'd like. It sounds so natural and honest. For things you do just sometimes, you can use from time to time or once in a while. These both mean sometimes. I'll go to the cinema once in a while if there's a big movie out. I like to bake cakes from time to time. So now you can talk about how often. Now let's talk about starting a hobby and how long you've done it. This is a golden opportunity, a perfect chance to show you can use different time words or tenses. To talk about when you started a hobby, you can say, I started it. I started painting about 3 years ago. This is simple and perfect. If you want a slightly more advanced phrase, you can use took it up. I took it up about 3 years ago. Take up a hobby means to start a hobby. It's a very common phrasal verb. Here are 2 more great friendly phrases. I decided to try my hand at it. This is like saying, I decided to try it. My friend was really into climbing, so I decided to try my hand at it myself. Or, I decided to have a go at it. This also means, I decided to try it. It's very common in British English. I saw a video about making pasta at home, and I decided to have a go at it. Now, for talking about how long you have been doing it, this is where you can really impress. You can use a grammar structure called the present perfect. It sounds complex, but the idea is simple. It connects the past to the present. The key phrase is, I've been doing it for... I've is short for I have. I've been playing the guitar for about 10 years. This means you started 10 years ago and you still play today. See? Past and present connected. I've been cooking since I was a teenager. For is used for a period of time, for 10 years. Since is used for a starting point in time, since I was a teenager. If you have been doing it for a very, very long time, you can say, for as long as I can remember. This is a beautiful, nostalgic phrase. I've been playing football for as long as I can remember. It means you started when you were very, very young. There's also a fun, informal British phrase. It is an idiom. For donkey's years. It just means for a very long time, or for ages. I've been collecting stamps for donkey's years. But be careful with idioms. Only use them if they feel 100% natural to you. If not, just say, for a very long time. It's perfect too. Now let's put things together. Let's see the magic happen. Compare the simple answer, I like to play football. Now let's use our new tools from the What toolkit and the How toolkit. I'm really into playing football. I've been playing it for as long as I can remember. Though I don't get round to playing in a proper match as much as I'd like these days. Wow, can you see the difference? Can you feel it? The first answer is a single color sketch. The second answer is a beautiful, detailed painting. It is rich, it is personal, and it uses a much better range of English language. You can do this. You just need your toolkit. Section 4, the golden question, the Why toolkit. We have the what, we have the how. Now we come to the most important part of your answer, the heart of your answer. It is the why. Why do you enjoy your hobby? Answering why is your chance to show your personality. It's your chance to use wonderful descriptive words. It's your chance to connect with the listener or the examiner. Please do not just say, because it's fun, or because it's relaxing. These words are okay, but they are like salt and pepper. They are basic. We want to cook a meal with many spices. We want to find more sophisticated, more interesting ways to explain these feelings. This is your why toolkit. Let's explore the reasons you might enjoy a hobby. Let's group the benefits. First, let's talk about relaxation and stress relief. This is a very common reason to have a hobby. Life is busy. Life can be stressful. Our hobbies help us feel calm. So instead of it helps me relax, let's learn some new phrases. You can use wonderful phrasal verbs like unwind, kick back, or chill out. These all mean to relax. For example, after a long day at work, I love to unwind by listening to some music. On a Sunday afternoon, I just like to kick back on the sofa with a good book. You can also use a powerful noun phrase. You can call your hobby a great stress buster. A stress buster is something that destroys or reduces your stress. What a great phrase. For me, going for a run is a fantastic stress buster. If you want to sound more descriptive, you can say, it has a calming effect on me. An effect is a change that something causes. So your hobby causes a calm feeling in you. Walking in the forest has a very calming effect on me. And here's a brilliant, beautiful adjective. Therapeutic. Therapeutic. It means something makes you feel happier and calmer. It is healing for your mind. I find gardening to be incredibly therapeutic. Incredibly just means very. There's something about having your hands in the soil that just calms the mind. It's so therapeutic. Next, let's talk about health and fitness. Many hobbies are good for our bodies. Instead of it's healthy, you can be more specific. You can say, it helps me keep fit, or it helps me stay in shape, or it helps me stay active. These are all great natural phrases. I took up swimming to help me stay in shape. Playing tennis helps me stay active. And what about mental benefits? Benefits for your brain? A hobby could help you improve your concentration. Concentration is your ability to focus your mind on one thing. Playing chess is difficult, but it really helps to improve my concentration. Or it could boost your productivity. To boost means to increase. Productivity is how much you can do. Taking a short break to draw actually helps to boost my productivity when I return to work. Now let's talk about social benefits, hobbies that you do with other people. Instead of I hang out with friends, which is very informal, you can say, it's a great way to spend quality time with my family. Quality time is time that you spend giving your full attention to someone. It's special time. Or you can say, it allows me to broaden my social circle. To broaden means to make wider. Your social circle is your group of friends. So this phrase means it helps me make new friends. Joining the dance class has allowed me to broaden my social circle. A good simple alternative to hang out is meet up with. I usually meet up with a few friends for a game of basketball on Saturdays. It sounds a little more planned. Finally, let's look at personal growth and creativity. How does your hobby help you become a better person? How does it help you grow? Here is a fantastic phrase. It allows me to broaden my horizons. This is a beautiful idiom. Imagine the horizon, the line where the earth meets the sky. To broaden your horizons means to expand your knowledge, your experience, and your understanding of the world. I love reading nonfiction because it helps me broaden my horizons. Traveling is my favorite hobby because it allows me to broaden my horizons by experiencing new cultures. If your hobby is creative, you can call it your creative outlet. An outlet is a way for feelings or energy to be released. So a creative outlet is a way for you to express your creativity. Painting is my main creative outlet. It's how I express myself. Writing poetry is my creative outlet. You can also talk about learning something new, developing a new skill. I'm learning French in my free time because I love the challenge of developing a new skill. Now your why toolkit is full. You have so many wonderful, spicy, colorful words and phrases. You can explain why you love your hobby in a way that is deep and meaningful. So now you have the full set. The what, the how, and the why. You have all the tools. Let's put them all together and build some amazing answers. Section 5. Putting it all together. Simple, good, great. This is the moment where everything comes together. We are going to use our toolkits, the what, the how, and the why toolkits. We will build 3 different answers to the same question. The question is, what do you do in your free time? We will look at a simple answer, then a good answer, and finally, a great answer. I'm not using IELTS band scores like band 6 or band 9. Those numbers can be confusing and stressful. Let's forget them. Let's just think about making our English better. Step by step, from simple to good to great. Pay close attention to how the language changes and grows. Here we go. The question is, what do you do in your free time? A simple answer, the foundation. I like photography. This is a simple answer. It is short. It is correct. It answers the question. It is a good start. It is our foundation. But it is only one brick. We want to build a house. So let's build on it. Let's make it a good answer. A good answer, adding the walls. In my free time, I enjoy photography. I often go out on weekends to take pictures. I like it because it is creative. Let's look at this answer. This is a good, solid answer. It is much better than the first one. It has a clear structure. It has what? I enjoy photography. It has how often? I often go out on weekends. It has why? Because it is creative. What, how, why? The magic formula. The vocabulary is also better. It uses enjoy instead of just like. It uses often and weekends. It uses the word creative. These are all good words. The grammar is simple and correct. The sentences are clear. This answer is safe. It is good. It provides much more information. It is like we have built the walls of our house. But can we add the roof, the windows, the garden? Can we make it beautiful? Yes, we can. Let's build a great answer. A great answer, the beautiful home. Well, I'm really into landscape photography these days. Whenever I get a chance, usually on a Saturday morning, I try to go out of the city. I want to capture some interesting scenery. For me, it's a great stress buster. After a long week at work, being out in nature with my camera has a really calming effect on me. I also find it to be incredibly therapeutic. Now, that is a great answer. Can you feel the difference? It is a story. It is a picture. It is full of life. Let's see why it is so good. The start is very natural. Well, this little word makes it sound less like a test answer and more like a real conversation. The vocabulary is much richer. It uses phrases from our toolkits. I'm really into. It specifies the type, landscape photography. This is photography of nature. Whenever I get a chance, go out of the city. Capture some interesting scenery. Capture means take a picture of. Scenery is the natural view. A great stress buster. Calming effect. Incredibly therapeutic. All of these phrases are from our toolkits. They show a wider, richer vocabulary. The grammar is also more varied. It uses different sentence structures. Whenever I get a chance is a nice way to start a sentence. Being out in nature has a really calming effect, is a beautiful and complex sentence structure. It shows skill and confidence. This answer is fluent. It is natural. It is packed with high-quality language that you learned today. It tells a story. It has personality. It is a beautiful house, complete with a garden. You can build this house. You have the tools, the what, the how, and the why. With practice, you can build your own great answers for any hobby you have. And I know you can do it. It just takes a little time and practice. And I am here to help you. If you are finding this step-by-step guide helpful, please give this podcast a like or a follow. It tells me that you enjoy this way of learning. It motivates me to create more lessons like this for you. It is a huge help for our channel. Thank you. Section 6. A mini lesson for your grammar. Let's pause for a moment and let's look at some small grammar points. Grammar can feel scary, but we will make it simple. Fixing these two small, common mistakes is a very fast way to make your English sound much better. It will help you feel more confident. Common mistake. Number 1, the verb after is. I hear this mistake very often. A student will say, "My favorite hobby is play football." This is not quite correct, but the fix is so easy. The correct sentence is, "My favorite hobby is playing football." We add ing to the verb. Here is the simple rule. When you say what something is, using the verb to be, and the what is an action. That action verb needs the ing form. Why? Because playing here acts like a noun, a thing. The hobby is not the verb play. The hobby is the activity of playing, so we need the ing form. Let's practice together. I will say the incorrect sentence. You think of the correct one. Incorrect. The best part of the weekend is go for a walk. Correct. The best part of the weekend is going for a walk. Did you get it right? Wonderful. Let's try another one. Incorrect. What I love about my hobby is learn new things. Correct. What I love about my hobby is learning new things. Excellent. Once you see this pattern, you will never forget it. My hobby is reading. My passion is cooking. My goal is learning. Easy. Common mistake number 2, verbs after prepositions. Here is another very common mistake. Someone might say, "I am interested in learn new languages." The mistake is the word learn. The fix is, again, very easy. The correct sentence is, "I am interested in learning new languages." We add ing. Here's the simple rule for this one. Any verb that comes right after a preposition must be in its ing form. What is a preposition? They are small words that connect ideas. Words like in, of, about, for, at, from, with, by. Think about the phrases we learned earlier in our toolkits. I'm passionate about painting. About is a preposition, I'm fond of reading. Of is a preposition, it's great for improving your concentration. For is a preposition, I unwind by listening to music. By is a preposition. Once you learn to see these little prepositions, your brain will automatically know the next verb needs ing. I am good at drawing. I think about traveling. Thank you for listening. This one rule will fix so many possible mistakes. It is a small key that unlocks many correct sentences. You have learned 2 very powerful, simple rules today. Be proud of that. Section 7. Answering more questions about hobbies. The conversation does not usually stop after one question. A good conversation is like a game of catch. You say something, then the other person says something. The examiner in a test will ask follow-up questions. These are more questions about the same topic. They want to dig a little deeper. They want to test different parts of your English. Let's prepare for some common follow-up questions, so you will feel ready and confident. Follow up. Question number 1. Did you do this hobby as a child? This question is a test of your past tenses. The examiner wants to hear you talk about the past. Let's imagine your hobby is playing football. How can you answer this? A great answer could be, yes, I did. When I was a kid, I played football every day after school. I played with my friends in the park near my house. We were not very good, but we had a lot of fun. I have very happy memories of those days. Let's look at why this answer is so good. First, it answers the question directly. Yes, I did. It uses the past simple tense correctly. When I was a kid, I played football every day. We had a lot of fun. This is perfect for talking about finished actions in the past. It also uses the past continuous tense. We were not very good. This describes a state in the past and why it adds feeling and detail. Happy memories? With my friends in the park. This paints a picture for the listener. You can use this structure for any hobby. When I was a child, I read books every night before sleeping. When I was younger, I drew pictures all the time. Follow-up question number 2. Is it important to have a hobby? This question is different. It is not about you. It is about your opinion. It is more abstract. This is your chance to use some more thoughtful language. A high-scoring answer could be, absolutely. I believe it is very important. In today's busy world, I think everyone needs a way to relax. Hobbies are not just for passing time. They are important for our health and happiness. They help us learn new skills and be creative. I think having a hobby helps you have a more balanced life. Why is this answer so effective? It gives a strong, clear opinion at the start. Absolutely. I believe it is very important. It uses good, thoughtful vocabulary, but still simple. Busy world. Way to relax. Health and happiness. Learn new skills. Be creative. A balanced life. It gives a reason for the opinion. It explains why hobbies are important. First, they help us relax. Second, they help us learn and be creative. Finally, they lead to a balanced life. This shows good logical thinking. Follow-up question number 3. What are some popular free time activities in your country? This question tests your ability to talk about your society, your country, and the people in it. A great way to answer this is to break it down into groups. For example, young people and older people. Here's a good model answer. That's an interesting question. It's different for different people. I would say for the younger generation, digital activities are very popular. Things like online gaming and using social media are very common. For the older generations, however, I think more traditional activities are still popular. For example, many older people enjoy gardening or meeting friends at a local cafe. But I think one activity is popular for everyone. Spending quality time with family, especially on the weekends. This is a strong answer. Let's see why. It starts by saying the question is interesting and has a complex answer. That's an interesting question. It's different for different people. This sounds very natural. It breaks the population into logical groups. The younger generation and the older generations. This makes the answer clear and easy to follow. It uses excellent, clear vocabulary. Digital activities. Online gaming. Social media. Traditional activities. Spending quality time with family. By thinking about these questions now, you won't be surprised in the test. You will have the ideas and the language ready to go. You will feel prepared and calm. Section 8. Final friendly tips and mindset. We have covered so much today. You have learned so much. Before we finish, I want to leave you with 4 final tips. 4 friendly pieces of advice to help you walk into your test or any conversation with a positive mindset. Tip number 1, your hobby does not need to be impressive. So many students worry about this. They think, oh no, my hobby is boring. I only like watching TV. They think they need to talk about amazing hobbies like skydiving or writing music. Yeah, this is not true. Let me say it again. This is not true. The examiner is not judging your life. They are not judging your hobbies. They are listening to your English. A great, detailed, passionate answer about the simple joy of reading a book is 1,000,000 times better than a bad, nervous, simple answer about a hobby you can't describe well. Choose a hobby that is real for you, something you feel comfortable talking about. The language is what matters. The words and the feelings, not the hobby itself. Your simple hobby can be the topic of a great answer. Tip number 2, remember the magic formula. The what, how, why formula. If you are nervous, if your mind goes blank, come back to this simple structure. It is your safety net. For any hobby question, try to answer, what do you do? I'm really into cooking. How do you do it? How often? How long? I try to cook a new recipe every weekend. Why do you do it? For me, it's a therapeutic way to unwind and be creative. This formula helps you give a full, structured answer. It makes sure you don't just give a one-sentence reply. It is your secret recipe for a good answer every time. Tip number 3, never, ever say, I don't have any hobbies. This is the most difficult answer for an examiner. It is a conversation dead end. A wall, the conversation stops. It tells the examiner that you are not prepared, or maybe you don't want to speak. They cannot give you a score if you do not give them any language to assess. You must give them something, even if you think you don't have a real hobby. You do things in your free time. Everybody does. Do you listen to music on the bus? That's a hobby. Do you go for walks in your neighborhood? That's a hobby. Do you watch YouTube videos to learn new things? That's a hobby. Do you like trying new food at restaurants? That's a hobby. Talk about that. Use the what, how, why formula. If you are truly, truly stuck, it is okay to invent a simple hobby. The examiner will never know if you really play the guitar or not. They just want to hear you speak English. Tip number 4, recycle your hobby. To recycle means to use something again. You do not need 10 different hobbies for 10 different questions. That is too much pressure. A smart strategy is to have 1 or 2 hobbies that you know very well, and you can adapt them for different questions. For example, let's say your hobby is photography. You can use this hobby to answer many different questions. A question about technology? You can talk about your camera. A question about art or creativity? You can talk about composing a photo. A question about spending time alone? You can talk about walking alone with your camera. A question about travel? You can talk about taking photos on your holidays. See? One hobby can be the key to many doors. This reduces your stress. You can prepare your vocabulary and ideas for 1 or 2 hobbies very deeply, and then use them again and again. It is a smart and effective way to prepare. So now you know. That simple answer, I like to watch movies and hang out with friends, is a starting point. And now you know exactly how to build from that starting point. You know how to add walls, a roof, and a beautiful garden. More importantly, you are now equipped with a new way of thinking. You have a toolkit, a box full of wonderful, friendly words and phrases. You have tools for the what, the how, and the why. You have seen how to build an answer step by step, from simple to good to great. You know about the small grammar traps and how to avoid them easily. You are not just a person answering a question. You are a storyteller. You are a communicator, ready to share a small part of your life in English. Remember, learning a language is a journey. It takes time. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. Today, you took a big step. You learned a skill that will help you in so many conversations. Celebrate that. Keep practicing. Keep learning and never lose your courage. You are doing a wonderful job. Thank you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this episode has made you feel more confident, more prepared, and more inspired. If this was helpful for you, please consider sharing it with a friend who is also learning English. And a like or a follow always makes my day. It lets me know I'm on the right path to helping you. And now, a small challenge for you. Go to the comments section and tell me, what do you do in your free time? Try to use one new word or phrase you learned in this episode. I would love to read your answers. Thank you again for being here, my friend. Keep shining. See you next time, my friend.